Coming up on Animal Anomalies.
Let's go!
We all know Australia has kangaroos. We all know China has pandas. We all know the lions of Africa. But what about those animals that go under the radar? What about those animals that you wouldn't associate with that place? Animals so rare, only a handful of people see them. You may not know they are here, but they live among us. My name is Cookie, and this is Animal Anomalies UK, the European Viper. Welcome along back to Animal Anomalies, everybody, and this time we are in search of an animal which native range is here. That's right, in previous episodes we have searched for animals that are a long way from home, but in this episode we're going to be searching for something that calls this tiny island its home. The common European viper, or adder, is only one of 4 species of snake you are likely to find in this country. A lot of people won't know that we have snakes in this country, and a lot of people especially won't know we have a venomous snake. That's right, the adder is a venomous snake, the only venomous snake in Great Britain. A lot of people will generally go their entire lives never seeing an adder, so it's of no bother to them. But it's better to be aware of what's around you, as these snakes can leave a nasty bite. Adders can generally grow up to 80 centimeters long and can be easily distinguished by their black zigzag pattern on their back. No other snake in this country has that pattern, so you'll be certain when you found one. Now, I've only ever seen 2 snakes in this country, and one of those snakes was a grass snake which just slithered across the grass in front of me. And another snake that I saw was coiled up on top of a rock, and as I unknowingly walked past it, it hissed at me and uncoiled itself off of the rock. Now, I'm not totally sure what that snake was, but it was jet black and quite big. And at the time when I did a quick Google search, because I didn't know what it was, I was met with black adders. And that, coincidentally, is when I found out myself we had adders in this country. And I've got to admit, it looked very similar to that. Now, I saw both of those snakes very near to where I live, in a place called Newbold Common. One of them was in the nature reserve and another one was very near to the leisure centre. So that's where I think I'm going to start this search. I'm going to go back to the place where I first saw one of these and see what I can find.
Let's go!
Right then, I am here at the leisure centre just outside, and this is where I think I saw that black adder. I'm going to have a look, retrace my steps and see what I can find. I'm not hopeful, but this is a really nice day, so the chances are higher in that regard, but the chances of seeing a snake anyway, quite slim. So with it being such a nice day, there's a lot of people out, as you can imagine, people just chilling around the river. I can actually hear some people jumping in the river down there. But I've got to this point here, which is not where I saw the snake, but it looks like a good opportunity to see snakes, potentially. This definitely looks like a place where snakes might bask in the sun. As I mentioned, it's a really beautiful day today, and snakes, what they'll do is they'll bask themselves to get warm in these sort of areas, just sort of in any area really where they can get themselves nice and warm to go off hunting. So it's a bit weird, right? I can't remember exactly where that rock was. I know it was near the leisure centre, but I've looked around there now. I can't find it. I have absolutely no idea where that is. Like, I remember walking down the certain bit that I've walked down, but where's the rock? Where's the rock gone? That snake was on it. Now that rock's gone, has the snake gone with it? I don't know. But I'm going to walk over to the nature reserve now and see if I can find anything over there. Right then, we're at the spot where I saw that grass snake. So this snake, it came right from here, slithered across the path in front of us and into this bit here, and then from there, mate, it's gone. We couldn't find it after that. It was literally a matter of moments, and we just watched it like this. That was it, gone, and that was my second snake in Britain. Now, I can't lie, looking for snakes was an absolute mission here. Newbold is a big area with a lot of cover for snakes, and as it goes for me, I didn't see any, but I did see some other things. That there, that's a muntjac deer. That's foreign. That shouldn't be here really, but it's been well, in Warwickshire you can find it absolutely bloody everywhere. So I may not have found myself some reptiles, but I found myself some amphibians. Alright guys, how are we doing? These are common toads and I have it on good authority that they were having an orgy. Make of that information what you will. For those of you that haven't seen my Putting Food in the Woods series, this tree here is what the camera trap sat on so I could try and film myself some badgers. Because right here we have a badger set and I put a pizza just behind it just to see if some badgers would eat it. So if you haven't seen that, go check out that video. Now going forward, I'm going to need to research this a bit more. I'm going to need to talk to the right people and I'm going to need to find the right places where a bunch of them could be. But today has been a failure. I mean, it's been a beautiful day, but it has been a failure. Now, I'm not a herpetology expert, but I know someone who is. Okay, so I'm here with Harvey from the Celtic Reptile and Amphibian Breeding Centre. Can you tell me a little bit about you and what you've done with your centre?
So basically, Celtic Reptile and Amphibian hopes to see the proper conservation of European reptiles and amphibians in an ex situ manner, which means that we captive breed these animals so that we can provide experiences with the public, but also help form populations which can potentially be reintroduced into the wild. So our mission statement is to bring back all of the lost extinct species from the UK, which is all things from frogs to turtles. It's pretty cool. It's pretty mad.
I've got you on here to talk about the adder. That's a native thing, but I don't think a lot of people know about it.
So adders are pretty cool. So they're Britain's only venomous species of snake, and they're actually a viper. And another name for them is the northern viper, because they range all the way up even into the Arctic Circle, which is mad. And because of this, they've got some pretty cool adaptations. So they can actually give birth to live young. They grow to sort of like 60 centimeters long, and they do have venom. I've actually been bit by one.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and it was only a baby one.
That's pretty mad. Like, what was that like? Did that hurt?
Yeah, it took for a bit. It was like, oh, this is like pretty bad, and I was worried that I'd get an allergic reaction to the venom, because that's pretty bad. But didn't get an allergic reaction. It felt like a quite a painful bee sting. I'm kind of glad I've got bitten by one because I can brag about it.
Yeah. Mate, that was news to me. I was just like, well, okay, that's really cool. I think what people associate venomous snakes with is Australia. Do you think people should be scared that we have these in the country?
No, definitely not.
Why is that?
The chances of them killing you are very, very slim, and you're probably more likely to get killed by Lyme's disease, which these adders control. So adders perform an incredibly vital ecological service for us in the fact that they eat rodents, so baby rats, mice, voles, things like that. And these sorts of creatures, although they're cute, can actually spread ticks, which spread Lyme's disease. Adders, quite frankly, in the hours that I've spent with them, are incredibly timid. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they see you before you see them, and they shoot off into the scrubs. And the reality is, adders are actually vanishing at a pretty alarming rate. I mean, they've gone extinct in some counties now.
So the chances of seeing one in the country?
In the right habitat, the right time of day, good chance.
Where would be best to find them in this country? Are there like specific places of like hotspots?
Yeah, probably the best thing to do is to type in like adders near me. Nature reserves will advertise that adders are there because they are, quite an interesting species that draws people in.
What sort of weather am I looking for?
Sort of, if you can get like a patchily sun and cloudy day, not overcast though, but sun and cloud is perfect. And I'm pretty guaranteed you'll see one.
Yeah, so are you confident in my ability to go find one?
I'm confident, yeah.
Wow, okay, I'll take that. Right then, he was a lovely lad, wasn't he? Now, I'm going to Google adders near me, see where that takes us. What do you reckon today? Do you reckon we'll find one?
I don't know. We don't have much luck in the forest indeed.
That is true. It'll be interesting. I mean, Harvey's confident for me. I'm not. So, I don't know. We'll see how we go today. But, of course, we're back in the beautiful Forest of Dean. So, roll on some drone footage. Right then, today we are here at New Fancy, and according to web searches and a few other bits of research that we've done, we believe we have a good chance of seeing adders here today. Now, Harvey seems to think we've got a good chance of seeing one, and I'm glad he's positive because I'm not. This is the perfect day that Harvey described. He said bright sun like this and a few clouds in between. He said that's the perfect environment. I think we've got the perfect day, and this should be the perfect outcome. But we've got to do some searching now and see what we can find. We got to work searching the area in our hunt for the viper. At this point, I'm still not hopeful that we'll be able to find one. I'm by no means a snake expert at all, but the conditions were in our favour, and the signs were there. Quite literally. They're here then. We were looking in and around some of the structures that were there in the hope that we might catch one basking. There was no luck, unfortunately, so we decided to head up a steep path.
Is that one?
That's what I thought, so I stopped to look at that. So we've just had our first, what we thought was an adder. Right down here, we stopped and thought that was an adder. It's just a poo. This is how it's going to be hard for us. This is uphill. This is steep, this bit. And I'm fat, so... Is it worth it? Yeah, of course it is, that's it. Are you joking with my life? That looks like a wall. Excuse me a minute. Right, so we haven't seen any snakes yet. We've been searching, what, half an hour would you say? Something like that? Haven't seen any yet, and this is like a dead end, so looks like you might have a nice view. We're gonna have a look. So I'm thinking, the sun on this, it's a nice warm day. They'll be using it to get warm, so we might be in a good area actually right now. But that looks fantastic, so let's go have a look at it. Whoa. Mate. Look at that for a view. I'm going to look for snakes. Can you come in?
Yeah, in a minute.
There's an adder there. It's right there. Coiled up, it's basking. We found one. I'm amazed. The bloody adder there. That's England's only venomous snake. It's right there. I can't believe it. That's the sort of stuff you see in Australia. It's right there. I love it when we find something. It's so good. It is so good. And to find something like that in this country for us, I know they're native, but it's amazing. This is like my third snake in this country. It's an adder. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. We spent a good hour with the snake just watching and taking it all in before it slithered through a gap in the wood. It was exhilarating being able to see the only venomous snake that's native to Britain, but it comes with a stark reminder that these animals face extinction in the UK. It's thought that by 2032 the European viper could disappear from the UK countryside. These animals also serve as an indicator species, so if these are in a serious decline, it would suggest that other species that require the same habitat could also be as well. Hopefully videos like this can show you the excitement and joy of finding rare and elusive animals. We need to preserve and protect the animal anomalies of this country. I've been Cookie, this has been Animal Anomalies episode 5. I'll see you in the next one.